Hi, I'm glad you're back in my kitchen with me. I want to share some things with you today that I do to stretch some leftovers. It's budget time, it's tight, beginning of the year, and I've done this for a while, so I thought I'd share it with you and see if you'd like to try it. Breakfasts are kind of crazy sometimes. I want to make sure I put something warm out on the table at least most mornings when the kids are heading off to college. So I've come up with a way to use leftovers and make it quick. I'll show you what I do. This is called leftover blender waffles. Say that 3 times fast. I start out with the liquid ingredients because then everything else just kind of floats in it. Take 2 cups of my buttermilk that I've previously measured and frozen and now thawed. See another video that I did for that one. And put that in first. Okay, 2 eggs. Quarter cup of oil. It's my favorite measuring cup. Oil is necessary in a waffle because it keeps it from sticking to the waffle iron. Or you can also substitute applesauce. Alright, now I have 2 leftover ingredients that this is the start of where it gets weird. One of which is grits, left over from a morning breakfast over the weekend, and a little bit of oatmeal that didn't get eaten. Now I know that's not normal for most waffles, but this is using up some of our small leftovers, and it is going to make the best whole grain, multi-grain waffle you've ever had. Trust me. So I'm going to plunk those in there. No. This has a little bit of sweetener like sucanut in here, which is a natural organic sweetener, but it also has a little bit of vanilla and maple as well, so there's some flavoring. If you don't have oatmeal that's been pre-flavored, add just a touch of vanilla, a little bit of maple. And my grits, well, that's weird looking, isn't it? As long as your grits are fresh, they work great for this. Okay, now I do like to add just a little bit more sweetener. If you haven't sweetened your oatmeal, you can put 2 tablespoons of sugar. If you have, 1 works fine. So 1 tablespoon of sugar. And at least 1 cup. Now tomorrow you may have, well, tomorrow for us, the next, when you're going to use these, you may have to add just a little bit more whole wheat flour. But this is fresh milled whole wheat flour. Then find your lid, put on your lid, start it up. Okay, the batter should be slightly thin, not runny like a milkshake, but a little bit thicker, more like pancake batter. And basically, after this, you just add in your we use half a teaspoon of salt, or you can use a whole teaspoon, it's up to you. Just a little salt. And then you can stick this in the refrigerator, and it's almost ready for tomorrow morning. Now, tomorrow morning, heat up your waffle iron. Heat up your waffle iron, cut it with some cooking spray, and while this is warming, add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now this has to add in the morning. 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Remember we have buttermilk in here, so you do need the 2 different leavenings to help make it light. When you add these in the morning, they'll start to activate. Don't add the powder and the soda the night before, otherwise you'll get flat waffles. That's no fun. So add them in the morning, baking powder, baking soda, and it's ready to just pour in your heated waffle iron. Now because these are multi-grain, because we used a couple of different moist grains, the grits and the oatmeal were nice and moist, You're going to want to, instead of watching the light, watch the steam. When steam stops rising from your waffle iron, these are ready. They're very light, they're very crispy on the outside, moist on the inside. Work great with some blueberries and a little blueberry syrup, or strawberries, whipped cream, good old maple syrup. We use agave nectar on ours sometimes. It's really, really good. And it doesn't even take me 5 minutes in the morning to put it together. So I've used up leftover oatmeal, leftover grits, and so now I don't have those little things floating around in my refrigerator. Plus I've added some extra grains for my kids as they head out the door to college. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please pass this on to somebody who wants to stretch their budget and use whole grains in their cooking, and we'd love to see you come back. Thanks. Bye.